Not yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Madness Entertainment Group presents the Comic Artist Hour with Les Garner.
Not me. Him. Yeah, that guy. What's up, Les?
We here again. Whoop whoop.
You should be able to add your Facebook up here on the right-hand corner where it says add your destinations. You should be able to add your Facebook. Even as a guest.
Let's pop in here and see what's up.
You're already on YouTube. You just need to add your Facebook.
It only lets you do two of them. Yep. All right. What is today? So it's Wednesday, October 15th. Comic Artist Hour.
There we go.
No, I'm wasting time. So give me a second.
I think your mic's cutting in and out.
Wednesday, October 15th, Comic Artist Hour.
Yeah. Episode number 75.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my damn computer, and it's not picking me up to get my voice to type because, one-handed typing and all that crap.
I know. I've been doing that all week.
Comic Artist Hour. That's be stupid.
I would just copy and paste right there above the screen where it says Comic Artist Hour with Les Garner E75. I would just copy and paste it.
I can't because I've got the little window thing open. Give me a second. Let's see. There you go. We'll just copy that. And then there, boom. Boom. Don't need to custom. And then let's see.
You just added your YouTube.
StreamYard has lost access to your Facebook account.
Oh,
StreamYard's garbage sometimes.
Yeah, I already had your YouTube set up. There you go. Facebook is good. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Well, all right. Now the little technical snafus are out of the way.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's set up how it should be. Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of winging it today, so we will just get in here and start spitballing something. I think it's something vampy because vampires be my thing. Let's see. Doodly doo 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 doo. All right. So I'm just going to start doodling in here. Some of my settings are a little jacked up. Some other work that I've been having to do lately. So that's awfully soft. I don't like that.
So how you been, Les? I ain't seen you in a week.
Good. I don't ever say I'm overworked, but I'm definitely hitting about the max that I handle right now.
Good. I'm glad you can. I'm glad you're at that point, man. That's
So, yeah, I'm at a strange place with I think I've got all I can handle at the moment.
That's what happens when you're good at something, people. That's what happens. See, if you're good at something, people be banging on your door. Can you do this for me? Would you like to work for me? Would you like to do this or that for me? If you're good at what you do, you know, if you're good at what you do, people be banging on your door. It's that simple.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. You might not know this. A lot of people probably don't know this. Most every job I've taken in my adult life has been offered to me, not me out on the job hunt. And that's because the people who wanted me to come work for them knew my work ethic. They knew my drive to learn. They wanted me to work for them. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I was looking for a job and went walking in. The only time that ever happened was like when I was on just out of the joint on parole. That's the only time I ever really went looking for jobs in my whole life. Most of them have been somebody called me up and said, "Hey, yo, you want to come do this with me or for me or whatever?" And if it was something that I wanted to learn, I was like, "Oh, hell yeah, I'm there." But looking for jobs has not been something that I've done a lot of. The one I'm referred to when I got out the joint, I went looking for a job. That one that I got was I met somebody that was my best friend for 20 years working when I was working for that job. So I got bonus out of that job, right? So even when I went looking for them, something good happened on top of it. But I rarely had to go look for them. Usually somebody was like, come help me out with this or whatever, you know. So, you know, now I'm like trying to build this thing and I work way harder than I ever worked before. And that's not an exaggeration. I work way harder now than I've ever worked in my life. But I'm building something for me, so it's worth it.
Like that.
For my grandkids and for you guys, you know. I mean, the network is for you guys to all get seen, you know. Never in my life did I spend a whole bunch of time doing things to benefit other people, especially at this level. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, my door was always open to my friends, but I didn't go out looking for people to help. That's for sure. I had enough of them knocking on my door. You know what I mean? But now I
understand that.
I don't know what changed, but something changed in my life where it was like, now I need to go out and do some community service, so to speak.
Not the forced kind.
No, not the forced kind. That's what makes it better. You see what I'm saying? It's something that I want to do. It's something I'm doing, you know, not something somebody told me I have to do.
Let's see here now. Well, since I'm here doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is drawing, I'm going to talk about this for a minute. There's a couple of things that come to mind to talk about as I'm doing this. So working on the female form, there's markers that you can use. Give yourself. That help turn it into a bit of a formula at times. So I'm going to switch over to a red to mark out so you can see what I'm talking about here on this. Let's see. So, like, I started out rough in the head, and then I built through a line in there like a stick figure for the neck. And then this curve right here is, I would say, the most important curve in drawing a female form is this. I call it an S curve, or stretched S, because, you know, take an S and stretch it out, that's what that kind of looks like. Boom, an S curve like that. That S curve defines the spine, and when you get that elegant sort of curve going, that always helps with the female form. So if I've got a nice S curve going here, I've got the neck and the head. There you can see those. And then I come across with a line where that straight line from the neck comes right off of that S curve. And that come a line across those. That's going to define where my shoulders fall. And if I want, I can sit and do the measurements, which I do the measurements with my thumb. Like if you can see, I'm holding my thumb up here, and if I go close to my drawing, then the thumb's further away, so it's smaller. So I'll come up here. The thumb completely covers the head, and then I can move down and see how many head heights I've got. You can check your portions that way. That's that whole, you see some old cartoons of artists and they're doing that thing with their thumb. Well, that's what they're doing, is they're checking proportions, checking distances. So here was the thing that I was thinking about. So like if you take the neck and you make this tube, make a cylinder around it, right? And then use that cylinder to guide where the front of it is, then that's going to put you right here. And if you think about a little circular spot right there, that little circular spot is going to give you this place where you can just pull a pair of lines off at an angle, right? That pair of lines can find where the kind of if you're thinking about the volume around ladies' breasts, and you want to, like if we took a ball and we drew around it to make it seem, to really bring out its topology, its topography, then if you think of that as a sphere, right? Well, this arcing line, the lines right here, is what is going to define where the high point can be found, which then tells you everywhere else you need to go. So like right here, this one ends up, because of its angle, ends up kind of at a profile. So a point out here. Now, the further we pick that point out, there's a lot of jokes we can make about that. Then if I bring another arcing line that way, I bring another arcing line in here, you see how these are coming back together, and that starts to give me these guides that I can follow, like so. And then the same is true here. We take this line and we follow it again, then we get basically where our rib cage comes in at. And from there, we'll just arch that, and then we'll create a swoop on out here. Now I like to go ahead and have some lines drawn across here, just some scratches. That always runs at an angle from here. The greater these two angles are, the more tension there is in the figure. So it's the angle of contrapost, and the higher that angle is, like if this were pointing up like that and this were pointing down like this, then that would really stretch out this far side of the body and really compress the other side. So we're defining contrapposto, which I don't like saying that word. It just feels weird to put an O at the end of a set of syllables like that. And then we'll come through and connect together some of these lines. So then right here, you've got where her hips are going to fall. Okay. And I'm going to have this leg coming up ahead of that one. And there you get the basic form. So let's see. Thumb, 2, 3, 4, 5. So go 1, 2.
Stacy wants to know if you've done any storyboards, which.
Yep. Actually, storyboarding is the short version of the story is that when I was about 20 years old, and I had just gotten started in comics. The industry, as does about every 10 years or so, decided to take a giant dump on itself. And so, as is usually the case, it left a lot of us artists out of work. And being that I didn't want to have to go do something other than art for work, I started looking around for what my alternatives were. Now, as I had gotten it, I had already done work for some ad agencies and things in Connecticut and New York. And so I was able to kind of track back through people, and I ended up, just kind of putting the fillers out there and digging forward and find my way into doing storyboarding for some commercials and things like that. And then storyboarding that stuff turned into a desire on my part to get into animation, which I'd already been teaching myself 3D. I'd already learned so much stuff about coding and things like that and building computers. Of course, all of that this was 1993, 1994. And it was through my interest in the computers and through doing the storyboards that I was doing at the time that I got the bug bit me to do 3D animation. And that set me on a path that would eat up the next 20 some years. It really is still kind of a thing. I'll spend some time this morning and have spent some time over the last couple of weeks migrating my skills from Maya and ZBrush over to Blender, because Blender, I feel like, has finally matured and turned into the high-end app that I always hoped it would be, because it's free, and free is good. So now I'm not going to be having to pay, $200 some a month for Maya and $150 some a month for ZBrush, and God only knows what else. There's a whole pile of programs out there that you can replace by learning Blender. So I'm very happy about that. But yeah, I've done storyboarding. Done a boatload of storyboarding. At this point, 32 years deep in my career, it's more of a challenge to find things as an artist that haven't done this to find things I have done. I learned a long time ago, be willing to adapt your skills on the fly, and that's how you stay fed as an artist. 1, 2, 3. One, those claws sort of things. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I would also like to take a moment, since it just popped in my head. I'm stupid for this. There is a Kickstarter going right now for another book that I've done. And I'm working with the folks at Resolute Bliss. This Kickstarter it's their Kickstarter, but it's ran on my stuff. So I'm cool with that. But I wanted to do that because of, the artwork in it. But we're launching, I think just launched Gasp, which was a horror anthology that they did 90s, and it's resurrected. Happy about it. So let's see. It's hot in here.
Right. You're gonna have to hook me up with some links for those things so that I can put in the description of your show every week.
Here.
Like I put that in
I
the
spent
description of the show, see, because you did work on it too.
I spent about this week like logins and stuff back because there was stuff there was a bunch of stuff. So here we go. Shoot doop doop. Let's see here now. Hey, there it is. There is my looking for a straight up link on here.
I also have this other thing, Les, wherein people in the madness who have campaigns or websites where they sell books, they can link their stuff to the website on the books page, and somebody might find it there too. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't cost anything. You just send me the link and a cover image, and I put it on the website. You see what I'm saying? Goes directly to you or your Kickstarter or wherever, whatever link you give me. That's where the traffic will go. You see, so we have a bunch of stuff up there already on the books page on the Meg.tv website. A bunch of different people got books up there already. So everybody can. You send me a link and a cover image, and we just add you to our list of people we help support and promote. Pretty simple.
I am this on my Facebook now. I want to let me share it as a message to you. It won't let me do it that way, which is weird. And yeah.
Well, you are having computer issues today, aren't you?
I am just completely having a rough one right now. So here's a team. We'll toss it in the chat. If you could hand that out, I appreciate it.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm doing.
Yes.
Just let me copy. I had to actually open it up and come get it off my address bar. But yeah, I got you now.
I think I'm gonna poke around here behind the scenes for a quick second. And I think I still have the promotional video to this already, and we should pop on and play it here in a bit. I'm so slammed with work that like everything is getting hooked down to the last on stuff.
Yeah. Stacy asks, how often do you draw and do art per week? All day, every day? Just all day, every day. That's what he does.
I can tell you, I wake up at 4 a.m. I'm in the studio by 5 a.m. and I'm already hitting it. I break for a half an hour at noon. Come back and hit it in 5. So at least 12 hours a day, pretty much, is spent in here just slamming it.
You see?
That's what you gotta do.
And see, that's just it. That's one of the reasons that I respect Les so much, because Les, the only person I know in the chair as much as me. He's in the chair all day, just like me. You see, it's like most people, they have regular jobs they go to. They got family stuff they go to. I'm lucky if the family stuff doesn't fall on a show. Then I can go be involved in the family stuff, like, hey, my grandson has a football game. Well, I don't got no shows on Wednesday afternoon, and there's a reason. because my grandson plays football on Wednesday afternoon. But I mean, there's not that many spots in my schedule where I'm not sitting in this chair working. It's an all day, every day thing. I know Les does it. Just
I'm double checking to make sure I'm pulling up is the right video, but I really like this video. This one, like I've doing some of the videos and things or stuff lately. I've been pulling out a lot of old school mission techniques and cutting loose with a lot of wild stuff, and that's been fun. But it's weird because so much what I do is pulling me across disciplines, and I've worn many hats in the last
Your
30
mic
years.
Totally chopping in and out, bro. I don't know why.
I'm not surprised. Hello? Any better?
I mean, we're getting like 2 out of 3 words.
Check. I don't know why it's doing that.
Now hold up, stay there. Just keep talking.
Any better?
No, not better. I don't know what's up, man. I mean, we can pretty much get what you're saying, but there are points where you're just like a word will just drop. You know what I mean?
Well, that legit sucks.
It's
I want to see the link. So this is the promo video for the thing. Promo video, yes.
Okay, let me see if I can get this pulled up and share it. You sent it to me to download. Okay, how long is it? A minute? Okay, this shouldn't be. This should be up in no time. Go ahead, keep talking. I got you.
Cool. While waiting on that, I'm not back in here and back to doodle on vampire chick, because everybody likes a vampire. Let's see. All right, I'm not eating that. Bring it way down on that. Of course, these are ads. And all right, since I got about a half hour left and I'm feeling froggy, we're gonna wing this thing. So we'll start out by doing this outfit a bit, and I've drawn Eva so much that like I'm tempted to do more of Eva who's the main character of Brides, but I don't know. I was tempted to do something else with it. Let's do that. That way I can erase stuff away from there easily and not lose my lines. Those who want to know what I'm doing there, just put my under drawings into a folder and put a mask on that folder.
Got that ready. Got that ready whenever you are.
Cool. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and run that real quick.
All right, here we go. There you go.
Good time.
There you go.
That was fun. So yeah, of course, all artwork you see, and it's mine. I did all the animation, all of it, and I wrote, performed, and produced. So that's everything you say was right out of my hands. Let's see, did I just lose my screen? No, I didn't. All right. Yeah, we have guests.
I think we just lost your mic completely.
Check. This mic crap. Check settings in here.
Talk to me.
Check.
Okay,
What?
go with it.
Okay. What's probably going on is I lean in here and I get away from the mic a little bit and it cuts out. All right. I know it's pretty early in the stages, but
no, it has an actual crackle to it, bro. It has an actual like crack to it. Like I don't know what it's doing, but it's like you know what I mean?
Check. It's probably I don't know. Audio stuff all worked out. We had problems for a month or two, and I got them all worked out. Now they're back.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We'll just remember to come in a little early next week and try and figure it out again. You know.
I am going to get in here and sing some ink. Let's turn my ending papers up a little bit on this. I don't like those lines. Yeah, that's what I'm after. Take our bucket, and that was incorrect, so I need to make sure that this is closed off. I'll fill that with my bucket. And let's see. There's that. And where I'm going with this, watch, I don't know how well you can tell, but I'm starting very lightly with pen, so the stroke's very thin. I'm thickening it up as it gets to what will be the shadow there cooling up on the side of that arm. Using those thick and thin to add the light. Let's see. I tend to get kind of quiet when I'm doing this, because this is hypnotic stuff for me. And I think we got an opportunity to fill in right a little bit. That's too much. Too much. Use this guy. Okay. Let's see now. That's pretty good. And then let's see here. Mm-hmm. No mood to do leather. Leather, torn cloth, and all that fun stuff. And you'll see this different little kind of bulbous come up in my line sometime. I do that by pushing harder, like light to from light to firm, and I like that it adds weight and character to the lines themselves. So,
You got Reggie Hicks dropping in here saying, "Hey there, Les."
hey, Reggie, how you doing, man? I'll have to call you up a little bit. Reggie's a good friend of mine.
Stacy's asking movie questions.
Movie questions, okay?
Huh? I mean, they're not vampire movie questions, but they're movie questions, you know. She's just asking if you've seen FX or an FX2.
Probably. It sounds familiar, but I've seen so many movies that a lot of
They're
that.
kind of older movies about, you know, special effects and shit.
Yeah, the names are familiar, but I don't know if I've seen them. It's been so long ago that I've forgotten. Because I'm not looking at. Not looking how some of that's turning out. Swing back around here. Take this guy and just block out. Okay. Yeah, I like it much better when the stuff crosses over. And like create some different lanes of interest there. To me, that's much more interesting when you take those different parts, you know, the fingers, and you make sure that you've got them crossing over in a way that you know, just create more layers to it. So you can think of each finger as having its own layer of depth in the image. Go. This stuff is fun because it's like you can really throw in some chaos with the way you do the, you know, that surface, get a feeling to it. But at the same time, you still have to kind of follow the anatomy or it doesn't work. And then here where that stuff would kind of pool up. And sometimes I think of cloth similar to liquids because it will to pool. You can think of draping as having a pooling sort of effect to it. Come again, just a little bit of white. All right. There's that. Now then we'll turn my adjust my speed back on. And let's see. So right here, something simple. There we go. There's that. Come on.
And now Stacy wants to know, what are your favorite vampires in movies or comics? And first, I'm going to say evil, and then you can take it from there.
Oh, well, my favorite vampires in anytime Christopher Lee is involved. Christopher Lee as Dracula is kind of, you just don't get any better than that. And then outside of that, my other favorite is definitely Gary Oldman in Bram Stoker's Dracula, because that was just so good. And then a close number 3 for me, which I mean I could drone on about this for hours because of all the vampire movies I love. But close number 3 for me would actually be Tom Cruise as Lestat. I loved him as Lestat, and I hated myself for loving him as Lestat. Yeah, turns into kind of an evil Eva. Feel like she's gotten Dracula's cape at this point, which would end up being a thing. So, shoot. There we go. There we go.
And now we have Jerome, our boy Jerry from Singapore, tuning in. He does the late night art attack and the Super Saturday draw stream on the network. What's up, Jerry?
Howdy, howdy. Go. And it's time to get corsety. Corsets are fun.
In their suffering, but have no doubt, you are a vampire. Movie quotes now. They're throwing movie quotes at you now, bro.
That sounds like Lestat to Louis after Louis's first. It's. I think that's definitely Lestat. Yeah, I loved Tom Cruise as Lestat, and funny thing about that is that at the time that was announced, I was actually friends with Rice. And very, very strange sort of world it can be sometimes. I actually had Anne's personal, like the phone number, pre-cell, of course. I had her number to her personal private phone in her studio, and called her up from time to time, just talking about art and stories and things like that. And she was a big influence with me.
You were right. It was Lestat, and maybe he's eased their suffering. Not sure the exact words, but yeah,
it's pretty close. Pretty close. Yeah, what's funny for me is I was such an Anne Rice fan that when that movie came out, I already knew a lot of the dialogue by heart because I just read the Vampire Lestat so many times. And there's a funny bit of I don't know what to call it. There was a very meta sort of thing that she had going on with that movie that most folks did not understand, and I think they still don't. That movie if you read the book and the movie are very different.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because the book is Louis telling that story. The movie is Lestat telling the story. It never makes that obvious. It never just comes out and hits you over the head with that. But in the book, The Vampire Lestat, he talks about his efforts and his interests in media and in exploring what he could do with all of the modern age's forms of communication and all this. And so then when Anne had other things made, like the audiobooks sometimes will have little lines and things in them that are different that have been tailored to that format. And in particular, there was the graphic novelization of The Vampire Lestat that was had a bunch of different artists on it, but one of them who I was friends with at the time was a gentleman named Mike Sakamoto. And in the graphic novel of The Vampire Lestat, one of the little things that was played with was basically it being self-aware that it was an adaptation of the novel, and Lestat having some lines in there that talk about how different forms of media were appropriate or different, telling different aspects of the story. And in the moment in that book where he says something like that, or the narrative talks about that, the art with it shows, of course this is back in the 90s, the art with it shows a VHS tape, a videotape that says The Vampire Lestat, or says, I can't remember now, it either said Vampire Lestat or it said Interview with the Vampire. And the imagery with it, without her having to change any text hardly, the imagery let you know that there was something very meta going on. And I've always loved that. And knowing her and knowing that there was that in there, and having talked with her about that was kind of a thing that I think continued through, there was some little hints about that in Queen of the Damned, with it being, very different and encapsulating things here and there. Like, there were ways that she set stuff up for that I think were just really smart. So, and one of the smartest people I've ever known. She's great. I will forever miss that lady. I said as I'm sitting here getting sucked into what I'm doing. All right, there we go. Yeah. Sticking that up a little bit. Cool. All right. It's going to have a lot of dark areas in it, but I think that's okay. And so here I'm going to be dropping in some of these kind of wrinkly strokes that help give that leathery sort of feel. Kind of want Eva to eventually graduate out of the kind of disheveled off-white stuff that she wears into something a little more provocative, but not entirely provocative, because don't want it to be a smut book. It's not my thing. The little cheesecake here and there ain't bad. It's kind of like food. If all you ever eat is cheesecake, man, it's going to get old. But cheesecake every once in a while, it's not bad. It's always fun once you've got forms and stuff down, and you kind of can let yourself just start to play with how things work out across them. You know, if those basic forms good, then you can really do a lot. And tell you what, before I do that, let's drop. I'll give you guys a little nifty trick here. So I'm going to turn on my layer color for this layer. I'm going to set my top layer here to black, so it's still doing black ink. But now I'm going to take this bottom layer, I'm going to set it to something else so that I can see against white. So now if I'm drawing in here with white, because of that layer expression, it's going to come up as that green. Okay. So then it's going to let me come in here and go right around here and be able to see it very clearly. And that right there is all out of that. So then, thanks a lot. So then, there we go. Drink. And we're going to come here. And I don't know if we can run long, but I wouldn't mind running a little long today, especially since we had a little bit of a hiccup on the start.
You can go till about 2:30 if you want.
Let's see here now.
Sound good?
Yeah, I'm actually on a day right now where I can sort of play around with stuff a bit. So,
yeah, we don't have another show till 3 o'clock. So.
Cool. I always hate leaving something unfinished on the stream. You know? It's like a personal pet peeve.
Yeah, you got some time. Yeah.
Right. So here, I'm thinking about these strokes and how I can run them a little counter to this stuff going in from the backside here and make them help really define her form. Shoot. Okay, here we go. And yes, I do make sound effects all day long while I work. All right. Now I'm going to turn my adjust by speed off. I have sharp angles on. Not going to let me come in here very quickly. Give this a shape that I want. And then, don't want that black like that. Probably not. No. Here we go. Just evening that up a little bit, I think. Yeah, that better. And that. Digging on that. Okay. Then, since this is digital, I'm going to use a little trickery. So I want some strings holding this thing together here. First, let's go in and add some little tails down here. I'll show you a neat trick for doing that. So that one line is you get both my black and my white there. I need a new layer, and I'll set that layer to divide. And so I'm gonna start to draw. Nope. You're not doing it. Is it not divide? I'm just gonna draw a random line on here for a second. See my random line. Which one was? I always get this screwed up. That was the exclusion. So now the exclusion is going to invert whatever my stroke passes over. So there, you can see where that takes us. It's something I really like. Okay. Cool. Then we're going to merge a layer below. So now that's all locked in. Might go back through and add a little black to some spots here, just to give the feeling of ribbing. And here, of course, yep. Actually, no, I don't do that because it ditched my. I hate when it does that. Let's see, merge like does that kill it? Yeah, for some reason, sometimes when you try to merge layers in here, it ignores the effect it's supposed to have. So, still did it there. Fine. I'll just leave that as its own layer then. I just don't really care for doing that. I collapse my layers a lot. And throw some lines across here. Are gonna hit defines form. Stop before I overdo it. Yeah, actually, all of that's all doing. I'm gonna back out of that. All right, it's coming here. Toss a new layer on top. I'm doing border effect on it. I'm gonna set that to black. Set it to about 8 pixels, and then I can draw with white and put an outline around it. You see? So there's about how much outline that I want on that. And come in here, and let's turn that on.
Another question from Stacy about your favorite comedy movie.
Oh, favorite comedy? Let's see. Favorite comedies. I don't actually watch a lot of comedies. I know, shocking, huh? I really like the Broken Lizard guys. They're the guys who did Beer Fest and Super Troopers. Super Troopers 2 kind of sucked, but the Super Troopers 1 was amazing. That's so funny. I still quote that movie on a regular basis. Let's see. Any other comedies that come to mind? Those are the ones that are going to come up to me first in mind every time. Tell you a really stupid comedy, a vampire comedy that I love, even though it's completely terrible. I mean, terrible. But I think that it was the guy's first movie. It was Jim Carrey in a movie called Once Bitten. I think this was sometime in the late 80s. And like I said, I think it was his first. But it's hilarious. It's really, really funny. Let's see here now. All right. Like how that's kind of. Yeah. Let's swing back here and get this other hand drawn here. Now here I'm kind of tapping back and forth as I stroke, and that gives me these kind of broken lines that sort of getting into some, I don't know, there's a number of different guys who've used this technique and things that I think are this technique, stuff that I think this looks like to me. But I really like how it breaks things up, gives you lots of form to play with, lots of ways to keep some light broken across ones. Sometime soon, I've got to start working on Brides number 2. I've kind of got the story mapped out. I've had the story mapped out for a while. So, I'm thinking, I don't know, kind of like how Brides number 1 started on this stream, actually. I'm thinking this might go into and think some things to Brides number 2.
No, but this is episode number 75.
God,
75.
Good Lord.
Been hanging around for a while. You see what I'm saying? I remember when you first started this, you're like, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this very long.
I still think that all the time. I'm like, man, do I want to do this week? Am I really going to do it? Yeah, I come here and I do it.
Yeah.
I wish there was some way I could, some way somebody could verify whether they've watched like all 75 of them, because if they could verify for me somehow, I think I would give them a special gift for that.
Well, I can guarantee I watched 75 of them.
Now, Pops.
I'm just saying, I know I was here for 75 of them, no doubt. There might be a couple people that have been here for damn near all of them. We have some regulars, that don't always let us know they're there, but they're always there because they'll come to me later talking about a stream that I didn't see them in the chat.
Yeah, that might be interesting to do just for fun. Is do a drawing, like I don't know, every so often, and be like, just be, if somebody was here for, you'd have to have them wait to check it. I'd love to be able to do something where it's like, okay, if you watch the next so many episodes of the stream, then at the end of those, we're going to do a drawing, and somebody will get blah blah blah.
There's a way to do that. All they'd have to do is come into the chat during each episode and say, I'm here for episode 74. I'm here for episode 75. I'm here for episode 76. All they'd have to do is get in the chat where we can see that they're actually there. And you can do that easy. You can do that. 10 stream drawing. 10 stream. The problem is you're going to have 20 people show up for every fucking stream, and you're going to have to do 20 drawings.
No, that's why it'd be a drawing. So the people who have been there for all
Okay.
of them, those are the names that go into the drawing, and then one of those people gets something out of it.
Okay, I get you. All right. Yeah, not everybody, but somebody.
Oh no,
somebody will win.
I
Somebody
learned my
will
lesson.
win.
I learned my lesson a couple Kickstarters ago when folks accidentally promised that for every $50 spent, they would get original sketch. Oh yeah, I think I had like, I think it was like every $50 spent over $100, and I ended up with like 65 sketches I had to do, and the process was like fully inked drawings. I was like, oh
Yeah,
I'm fast, but damn you.
I've seen a couple of people do that. I'm gonna do a sketch card for everybody who backs, and then they get 150 backers.
All of a sudden, man, what was I doing? Oh yeah.
But at the same time, those people that did that, they did all those drawings too.
Yep. Well, you got them.
They didn't like bail on everybody. They actually did all that work. It's cool.
You can't douche out on the stuff, man. Because folks who buy stuff, folks who buy my stuff, y'all are the ones paying my bill. So I ain't gonna douche on you like that.
Exactly.
I love doing these little stress lines that let you know what the tension is in cloth. It's goof, the funny stuff that I actually enjoy doing.
Do you like the Broken Lizard Club Dread? I don't know what that is.
I watched Club Dread and I had high hopes, but it was their first movie, so I kind of my hopes were mitigated. It's probably going to be rough, and it was. It was pretty funny, but it could have been so much better. So it was okay. I really feel like it's a toss up for me between Super Troopers and Beer Fest. Which one's their best? Because man, both of those are just so good. I just po. If you know, you know. Popo's great. Or I was like, I am missing you. The weird German, the crazy alleyways and stuff. It's so jacked. That whole movie is just so funny. These guys in there, leader hose and running up, great spots.
Look, Stacy said, "I'm here for episode 75."
Well, I think we got to take her.
Just in case you do it, I'm here for 75. Great. That's how you do it, people. You just jump in and you force his hand. Once he says he might do something, you just make it so.
Yeah. I'm bad about that.
That's funny. I remember when Lori was on, when you're like, oh yeah, if you get the $5,000, I'll do a cover for you. And you might as well get started.
I did it.
Yeah, you did.
I was like, yeah, if you get $5,000, I'll do you a cover. And like the next day, it was like, hey, dude, where's that cover? I'm like, well, that's quick.
We did tell you. Hold on. If you say that, you might as well start drawing.
Oh yeah.
And it was a good one too, man. He did Lola in the Pale Rider universe. Lola's a zombie, and he also added Sad Pancake, who is a favorite of the Path of the Pale Rider fandom. They love Sad Pancake.
And that was one of, because I really don't do much NSFW stuff, but I did an NSFW of that just because it's so damn funny. I had to.
Oh, it's great, dude. It's great. That's like most of the reason we do this is because it's fun, and if you're really having fun, it usually turns out to be really good too. And I don't just mean you, I mean everybody. If you're having fun, what you're doing usually turns out better.
Oh yeah.
No matter what it is. You know, you'd be playing football. If you're having fun, you're probably having a good game. You know. I try to do things that make me that I'm having fun doing, like this. Producing shows, running the network. I have fun doing that.
All right.
Saying it doesn't have its moments, but
Here,
mostly have fun doing that. Jerry likes it. Jerry says, looking very good.
Trixie stuff right here. No, I want to keep it symmetrical. Don't want that thumb to be completely out there like that.
And part of the reason that we have so many shows on the network too is I want fandoms to bounce off each other. You know what I mean? It's like if you like what he's doing, you probably like what Jerome does too on Saturday and late on Sunday or Saturday night. Or late Friday night, early Saturday morning. I don't even remember anymore. I got so much. I have to look at the schedule to remember what time everybody's show is. It's kind of crazy. The new ones coming in, they're really throwing me off. Christian has 3 draw streams. Jerry has 2, and it's holy crap. There was like 5 that came in a short period of time. 5 more draw streams, you know. So it gets hard keeping track of what time whose is and when and where. But they all go off on time. I know that. Gotta have fun. Gotta have fun. Look, gotta have fun. If you're not having fun, go find something else to do. No matter what you're doing, if you're not having fun, go find something else to do. Find something that you like to do and have fun.
Yeah,
especially
I can that. I can understand that.
If you love what you do and you're not having fun, evaluate why you're not having fun. Surround yourself with good people that care about each other and help each other and have a good time. You know?
Oh, I get obsessive about certain things.
Yes, Freewheeling Friday still does go off at 11 p.m. on Friday nights with Ryan Permission. Yes.
There we go. There's it. And then we come in here. Yeah. Just start doing this. Just make it always, which it almost always is. Make always horror drawing, horror art, and any of the Bob Ross horror. So we're just gonna make some happy little blood spatters. And what I want right there. Just something into the contours. Yeah. I've always loved adding white lines over black, especially for things like leather and tight shimmery stuff. If you do it right, it's just so cool. Now then, do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. One in. Here we go. Oh, I've got so much work to do. I'm happy about it, but it does still have to get done. Cool. Making that. Now then, we want to come in here, get some contours built out a bit much. Contours built out for how this cloth is draping through here. There we go. I really love how soft you can feather lines in here if you got your brush set up just right. Don't like that. There you go. Draws constantly. Nothing can ruin a good piece of line work like a shaky, insecure line. And here we go. Oh. I'm probably getting completely off camera because I'm leaning in here so close to my tablet. Here, clean up those stray little edges like that. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Cool. Here we go. Get a little smaller now. We're building in some of this. All right. Cool. I can do that. Here's that. Now let's get up here and work on this. We'll work on her face a little bit. Just getting it nailed down. Let's see here now. All right. Good deep breath before we jump into this. Okay. Come right here. Start by defining our overall head shape. Since I'm kind of winging this, we're going to be playing around here for a minute. Kind of figure out where we want to. All right. So I'm kind of drawing through because I normally end up covering that with hair. I'm thinking I'm going to do her hair up high. So let's make a new layer up here and play with that for a second. And then let's do a nice big swoosh. Going way on out there. And then I think we're going to need to do that. And then let's fill that in. Cool. Nice. Here's what we want right there. So, all right. You still with me? Is anybody still with me? I have no idea who's with me.
You got people. You got Raul in the chat. Reggie's still there saying, is she going to have long hair or short hair?
Long hair that's put up. That's sexy. Come back here. Doodly-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's kill those for a second. Doodly-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Good. There we go. Oh, this is fun. I'm actually enjoying myself quite a bit on this one. Let's see. I will tend to try and keep my entire piece up there so I can see it all once. I'll start doing any kind of zooming in or anything like that. Yeah. And dunk. Okay. Liking that. A little straight strands here and there. And that up. Now I'm going to show you all a new trick. So I've got this on its own layer and those will in. And I know that I'm going to want to come in here and do some details down those strands, right? But staying inside those lines is going to be, so I'm going to take the immense out of it. Put a new layer on here, and we'll set that layer to clip. So now when I draw across this, I'm only going to draw over pixels that layer. There we go. That's not what I wanted. That. There we go. I'll get that filled in. Come through here. Nice. Digging that. And then that, we can merge the layer below. They're all going to be baked in now. And then I need to think about, I want to see a couple little spots right here. Turn the underdrawing off for a minute and grab my bucket. Set it to refer multiple. Drop some ink in right there. Drop some ink. Drop a bit right there. And some over here. Do that. There we go, like that. Just help define those a little bit. We've got her stitches that need to come up there. And like add just small marks to help give those forms. All right. Keep digging that, digging. All right. Let's take a look at it as a whole. Turn the underdrawing back on. Crank that up for a second. Come in here and doodle some things out.
About 10 minutes left, Les. About 10 minutes.
Well, I'm just about done, so that works out.
I figured it would.
Let's come in here. Go to a slightly smaller pen. And I'm thinking on this for just a minute. Thinking on this for just a minute. Let's see now. Do. Where are we going to go with her? It's in here right where I want to be at so that I can actually think about this a little better. Let's go in here and not liking that. That's where I'm getting real super picky. Kill all of that. We'll come down here and do a little bit tighter underdrawing on this. Let's see. Pull you down here. And then kind of doodle this out a little bit. about to overdo it. That's one of the things to watch out for. You don't want to overdo it. It's real easy to get in a groove with stuff and end up doing a lot more than you really should. A lot of my career, I think I was guilty of overdrawing. Let's go down here. Is that really what I want? No, it is not.
Y'all see me dropping that link everywhere to the Ozzy Art Book. The only reason I'm doing that during Les's show is because Les has like 5 pieces of art in it. So go check it out. I'm just saying.
Yep.
They're wonderful pieces too, I might add.
Thank you. Labor of love. Labor of love. Yeah, we're almost there. I used to go very modest with eyelashes. Nowadays, I'm just like, let them babies fly. I know it's weird. Of all the weird things I used to think was silly, but drawing women you want to be kind of attractive, it's cut loose with them eyelashes. Right. How we Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. So, yeah. There, come up here. Boom. That's what we want. All right, now we can come in here and start to feather this out a little bit. So 8. Definitely a groove some of this. You get this feel for it. You gotta keep doing it while you got the certain feel in place. It is very, I don't know, to me sounds very frou-frou, but it's very true about some of the techniques you use on. Do I want to go there?
She is beautiful. And it is about that time.
It is very close to that time. I think I'm about done. Nice.
Look at that. This might be your longest show. Might be the longest show you've done so far.
Might be. There you go. And I think I'm gonna merge all of her together. Hopefully it won't crash that layer. It trashes that layer every time. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. So there's that. Because I got one more thing I'm gonna do because I got a couple of minutes I can do it. I'm gonna select all, fill with white, Q, fill it with white. I'm gonna go ahead and put my signature off, put another layer, do that, straight up because I don't like your crooked. There's that. And this right here, we are going to deselect, turn that off, and we're going to take some clear, drop it in there and there. Let's see the fastest background I've ever seen drawn. So let's make a new layer. Drop
Jerry and Reggie both love it.
Well, thanks, guys. There's that. And then never go wrong with a big old move. So let's do great circle right there. Then control shift I to invert that. And got a couple different ways I can see that. And one of them is going to be right here. Let's grab you. Ooh. Okay. So this is going to be fun. It's going to look like pencil for a little bit, and then you're going to see what I'm doing with it. If it'll catch up with me. Come on. Come on. It's thinking. Right now, I'm moving faster than the computer can keep up with on it. I don't know if you can see how well you can see the little cursor dot moving on screen, but it's like, moving, and the computer's like, trying to catch up with it. Come on, computer, catch up with. There we go. Let's make it a gap a little wider so maybe it won't take so long on these strokes. Oh no, it's still choking. It's being goofy. Let's turn that off. So we're doing that because I want to do something tricksy with it here in a second. If it'll catch up with me. Come on. There we go. So now, like you, and I can play with this alpha threshold and get this kind of scratchy ink effect that I like. Let's do that. I make that a layer mask so that I can see that really easy there.
There you go.
Come on, catch up. So I just want some of that stuff showing through there. Yeah, let's go over here. This other one. Smaller. And then just for fun, let's do a little spattering. Because why not? I always like that effect. I use it a lot. I've been trying to keep myself from overusing it. It's just fun. And there we go. Reveals the old C-Sig right there.
You're gonna have to stop tricking because I got another show at 3. I got stuff I gotta go do, Les.
Yep. Yeah. I'm calling it done.
She's beautiful. Very nice. Very nice. Oh.
There you all
Go
go.
check out Les Garner Artist on Facebook, and you will find him. Sixus Media. YouTube.
6-1.
6-1.
6-1. Yep.
Go check that out.
That's where you will find.
And he's always here Wednesdays, 1 o'clock, hanging out. So, always good to see you, my friend.
You're right there. Just needed a couple last little touches. There it is. Cool.
We're gonna play one little trailer spot on our way out. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Hey, if you can play the Gasp trailer one more time for me.
One more time, I can do that. All right, gonna do this, and then
Y'all
we'll be out
go
of
check
here.
out. Follow the link. Go check out the current Kickstarter for Gasp #1, and we are outie.
Peace.
Ozzy, why don't you sing to me? I can always understand you when you sing to me.
Fucking my brains. What is this my publisher sent me? Inked in black with art so sweet.
So what do you think? Do you like it?
Oh, Lord, yeah.
If you missed the live viewing of any Madness Entertainment Group production, you can find all our content on Roku or as a member of this channel. We'll see you next time on the Madness Entertainment Group.